used to love me like a sister. You used to hold me like a friend. We used to share a master bed. And we used to...
Welcome into Conscious Talk, where you know how we do it. We talk consciously about everything that's going on in our lives and kind of give you a little bit of knowledge of what we're using and what you can utilize in your life. Join us on this journey as we speak consciously to each other about any and everything.
All of that. I was just giving sis her flowers. It's lovely today, y'all. This is one of the projects she did with her crocheting. Oh my God, it's so
Oh yeah.
I was just telling her it's giving black girl anime. You know, when she stood back, sis, I seen like the fro with the crochet, and you just like, you know, and you just giving that. By the way, it's been raining off and on here, so you know I'm in these moments where I do get tired, and I'll just go and let my body rest. But when I get up, you know, I'm reading a book or I'm studying something. I was actually looking at the current planetary alignments, and I started to look up, you know, the influences, you know, what is it going to look like possibly for myself as well as my daughter. So I was diving deep on that. And also, you know, I told you I was, you know, doing like this project where I'm coming up with something far as, you know, the chakras, because I'm merging this with the understanding of how it looks energetically, how it looks embodied, but for everyone else based off of their birth charts. Everybody's embodiment gonna look different, so how does it look, you know? So starting with myself. So where was I gonna show that? I was gonna show, because we got a lot of planets in Aries right now.
Actually, we're in Taurus now.
We're in Taurus now. We're in Taurus now. So are there still some planets in Aries, correct?
They should be moving on. I'm not tracking, so
Okay.
I tracked the 6-7 planets that were there, and once that was over with, I kind of moved on because there's other dynamics that are getting ready to happen, and that one already happened. So
yeah, I remember everyone was raving about it. So yeah. But yes, sis, I love this outfit that you got going on, the makeup, the everything. I mean, come on, give it.
Oh, thank you. Today I just woke up and I was feeling a little drab, so I was like, let me do something with myself. Yeah, that's about it.
How's the weather there? Because it's been raining off and on here. It's just like off and on. Like the other day we had like a little bit of icicles falling down. I said, come. You know, it's, you know, hailing outside. He was like, my clothes, because we was hanging out our clothes outside, and I was like, what is going on with this weather? 1 minute it's warm.
So the planet is shifting. The planet is shifting. So I don't know like the dynamics of the shift or whatever, but I know late last year they were talking about the poles were supposed to be shifting and changing and all of this. This is nothing new to me. That's why I said all this global warming and stuff like that. I guess I was the only kid that paid attention in science class when the teachers was talking about like the dinosaur age and the ice age and, you know, this and that and other. I guess we figured it's just never going to change.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you know, they put all this stuff out there, and people take it in, and when they take this stuff in, they don't understand that you don't have to try to manifest something. If you take it in, you already start to manifest it. So when people get all twisted up about the earth and the climate changing, this is nothing new. Earth is an element just like our bodies, and our bodies change. So earth is going to change. And, you know, I just let people be where people are.
Of course, sis. Of course. You know what you say? I love that for you. What is
yes, you know, when they lack the knowledge that maybe they missed that day of school. I don't know.
Hey, it probably depends on how the teacher teach. They might have a Charlie Brown teacher. You never know.
Well, yeah, the teacher could have had Mercury's could have sat in different places, and the child just didn't take the book home and read it.
Yeah, but who knew about astrology back then as kids?
No, I'm not speaking astrology. I'm speaking planetary. I'm talking about Earth. I'm talking about, global warming is an aspect of the dinosaur ice age. The Earth does go through changes, and it's going to go through its changes as well as we're going to change with it. So, but they did teach about the planets in school as well. So
they did.
I think we learned a little bit about all of that.
Yeah, Earth has a heartbeat and all of that stuff. So yeah, I remember that.
So it's changing as it should. And because we felt like humans got dumber instead of smarter, and we felt like we're going to put these structures here and it's going to be here forever. And this is where we'll take it down when we want to take it down. And Earth said, hello, I think you forgot that this is my body that you're living in. And my body is going to go through a change as well. And so here we are now.
So I do want to say, basically what Sis just said, you can read it in this book actually. She actually have other series too. This is the first series, but it's, Gaia speaks through Pepper Lewis, and she talks about the different changes. She's talking about the different type of kingdoms, the animal planets, and every other kingdom, whether it was, fungi, whether it was the animal kingdom, whether it was in like the ocean, they all said the same thing, humans, mankind, they know everything, they got everything, that they understand everything, but they don't.
We know nothing.
Yeah, it says it right here in this book.
And that's free will. Free will made us stupid and gave us illusion. And it told us that we knew more than anything else. And whoever wrote that book, I'm not going to name the book because people should know, but it said that we had to govern over the earth. And at that point, we took the power and we decided to put these gold crowns on our heads and give ourselves these status quos, and did not really understand what we were given. So we were walked in the shadow for a long time, not understanding that, I get it, we had to walk into the shadow, but if you walk into the light, then you understand that we desecrated our home body.
We did what? Sis? Desecrated? You said that?
Desecrated.
I'm making sure that those in the back hurt you. Okay?
We desecrated our home body.
Yeah, she said it.
And we disconnected ourselves from it, thinking that we were above everything. And you can see that in humanity, where one race thinks they're above everybody else, but then you see the other races, as they get to their level of what they call status, they start looking down on those that are beneath them, not understanding that the rich are the poor. The higher status considers themselves rich in money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Poor in status and understanding. And so when you look down on the poor man, knowing that a lot of you came from that status, you just don't understand,
Come on, give it to us, Shaka Khan. All right, give it to us. So in Gaia Speak about climate change, A Climate for Change, that'll be chapter 2, page 13, if you ever get this book. And it's very, very informative. I'm telling you, very, very informative. It dives deep. Earth is patiently waiting until humanity understands the world. She's telling you, she waiting on y'all to understand what's going on here. Humanity is pure.
I'm glad you said that. That is actually I'm sorry to cut you off. That is actually one of the books that I done ordered so many books.
I have some in my cart right now.
I have some coming up to the door.
I get it, sis. I get it.
I wait.
I
In the
got.
last
I know you don't do digital books either, but I'm gonna have to
no.
back some stuff up too, cause I got some there, and just people gifting me books, that way, and I'm grateful for that. So I got some digital books too. If you want some digital PDF books and you are open to that, let me know. Hit me up. I do have some. But yes, what was it that
Wait, GIA, right?
Gaia, GIAI.
Oh, okay. I know I have this somewhere in here.
Humanity is pure possibility and potential. That's the name.
Pepper
Lewis. It looks like this, sis.
I thought I had this in my cart already. No, I know what it looks like.
Okay.
Because she's got 2 books.
I think she got a few more up on another series.
There's one that's the Wisdom of Humanity.
Yep, that's the other series from this. We'll get that one after this.
So
yesterday
I didn't get any books. What was yesterday? Yesterday was
4/20, April 20.
No, I'm not thinking about the date. I'm thinking about yesterday was Monday.
Yeah.
I think Saturday I had 2 books come in. And then I've got 2 books and a grimoire coming in.
Awesome. That's fire. While you doing that, sis, I got books scattered on my bed right now. So I just been down.
Oh yeah, if you see the floor right here.
Yeah. All of that. And just enjoying the rain on top of that. But sis, in this chapter too, she has because each chapter she has subtopics. And these subtopics, she's dived really in depth, stuff people probably wouldn't be ready to hear, but you need to, hear. But yeah, I know for a fact you'll definitely love this book.
Yeah, I was supposed to order it, and I don't know what happened.
Well, sis, I think it was like when you was in Texas, we was talking about it. Maybe it was around the time you was getting ready to move.
So I did some research on I did research on Pepper Lewis and had come across some things, and was supposed to get it, and I don't know what happened.
Was it right?
But now that
was it around the time you was moving, sis?
I don't remember.
Probably.
You're asking me to remember stuff.
Well, I just remember based off of what you had going on at the time, sis. That's all.
But anyways, if I can, I'll just run to the store and get it.
I'm on chapter, because these chapters are long, baby. Very, very long, but she got a lot of details. I'm on chapter, what is it, chapter 14? 14 or 15? But I'm going to still go back. Let me see, is this 14? Yeah, I'm on chapter 14, because I've highlighted it, written all kind of notes. I like
it says it was purchased.
So you did purchase it before? Sis, are you sure it's not in the stash of your books? How many books did you bring, sis, with you? Let's start there. You probably got it somewhere. Let's start there.
Not a lot at all.
Okay.
It says June the 3rd, 2025.
Oh, it's probably here at your aunt's house then.
Well, yep, better not reorder that one. Return window closed on June. Very good condition. Yep. It's probably at my aunt's house. Yep. Shipped to. Yeah, better not buy that one again. So you have to understand, like, I buy books like there's no tomorrow.
It's the laughs for me, sis.
So, okay, so while we're sitting up here talking about all kinds of shenanigans, I'm back into tarot and oracle.
I was just looking at my book on that. Oh my goodness, the alignment shit. I just glanced at a tarot book that I had.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
there's a guy that I like to remember for a long time. I couldn't listen to him. I still don't really listen to them the way most people do because I am the creator of my own reality. So if I'm the creator of my own reality, why would I allow somebody else to tell me what's coming in my reality? And I get it. They say take what resonates and this and that and other. But if I allow myself to take what you're telling me, then I'm going to create that. And I want to be the fool and the magician in my life. Okay. So
that's what's the whole? I can't see the whole thing. It says fundamentals, tarot fundamentals. Oh, okay. Is that a book?
Yes.
Okay. I love the picture.
This is one of the newer. This is one of the books that just came in on like Saturday. It's a 3-book. Comes in 3 books.
Awesome.
And I have a lot of books on tarot, but this one is actually amazing. They're not cheap. And this one is not really easy to find new. So that one, I did get another astrology book.
Well, I knew that one for sure.
And then I've got 2 more tarot books. They were both supposed to come in today, but I guess Amazon is doing this thing where they don't deliver on time. So this one's not coming in today, it's coming in tomorrow.
The way you're making me look chuckle. Oh my goodness. Oh my giggle box.
I get it, I get it. We get used to something and things are going to change. We just seen a big reset and change in our reality with Aries and all them daggone planets stacked there. I can say, although it didn't affect me really hard personally, I seen it affect other people around me. Did it touch me a little bit? It did, but I'm going to tell you, when people do things in my life, I cut them off just like that. So that was an easy cutoff. Gone. That's all I had to do. Say gone.
Oh, I love it. I love it, sis. I love it.
The next big thing for me is Uranus.
Okay.
Uranus is moving out of Taurus, thank goodness. Taurus is where my Chiron sits, but I'm reading Chiron, and we'll talk about that. I'm reading about Chiron, and I'm a little puzzled the way the person wrote the book. So I'm gonna have to do some deeper diving. Dadgummit, and I dive deep enough.
With you, sis. So that's the book that I had for quite some time. Just been sitting here waiting for me to look at it. It was another Aquarius. She's an oracle. She also does oracle readings with the cards. So she recommended, this book here. So I started tapping into this book, and it's page by page. What is astrology? It's like breaking down, your Aries child, the type of child, type of, what the sun looks like squaring each planet, and all, like breaking it down. I'm like, damn, this is a treasure. Okay, this is a treasure. So
I have individual books for your aspects, squarings, and stuff like that in those, but what I'm reading is planets. It's about planets.
Okay.
Because I want to know about each of the planets. It's the planetary.
Author right there. I got a couple of the books from that author.
But I'm challenged on some of the stuff she wrote, because she put like Chiron and Saturn, and Chiron is a planet, so I guess it could be with Saturn, square Saturn, but it's not going to be in Saturn. It's going to be in a zodiac. So I figure if it's in Saturn, then it's either in a house with Saturn, because it doesn't really say. So I have some discrepancies with that right now, but I'll figure it out because my Chiron is in Taurus, but nothing else is in my Taurus. There's no other planets there, and I know Taurus is ruled by Venus, and I know that the 12th house is ruled by Pisces and Neptune, but there's nothing else there. I mean, my anti-vertex is there, but they're not in the same degree. So anyways, with Chiron in Taurus in my sign, and Uranus was just in, goodness, it's still there for a little bit. Uranus in Taurus for the past 7, 8 years, 8, 9 years, we'll say between 7 and 10 years, because that gives that understanding in between there somewhere. There's a lot of people who have been going through it because of that situation, especially the fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those are your fixed signs. They're also Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Ooh, that's who it was. Shit. Okay.
Yep, your fixed signs.
Okay. I was trying to remember which one it was. I couldn't remember which one. I was like, I know it's one of them, but I couldn't remember.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are the fixed signs of the zodiac. See, if people read and understand, you'll find a little bit of everything in everything.
Thank you for the confirmation, though, sis. Thank you for the confirmation.
You're welcome. And so now that Uranus is getting ready to move into Gemini,
Ooh.
The fixed signs will have a little bit of room to breathe.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's helping me. It's helping me to understand some things too with alignment, when it comes to alignment and stuff like that. If you know how to balance the energy of the planets, or knowing what they're going to bring to you, you can be ready for it. So
yeah, I was saying, I'm just diving deep into not only my birth chart, but my daughter's as well, reading what I'm seeing, and then sit back and observe, and I was like, oh, that's what that is. And it's like, it's just giving confirmation for me. It's putting words to what it is that I'm actually already feeling and seeing, and I'm like, okay, I understand what's going on now. This makes sense, that makes sense. Okay. So
yeah, for now, and then she's gonna change, because we all go through a change.
Yeah.
I realize that some people will go through their Chiron and their Saturn return at the same time.
I don't have a book on that one.
It's not a book on it. It's placements. It's where you're placed at. Your Chiron and your Saturn return can all come around the same time. Actually, I did a reading for somebody whose Chiron and Saturn return are going to come hand in hand with each other.
So there's like no books on like Chiron in general? That's what I was reading.
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure you can find books on Chiron. What I'm reading right now is talking about Chiron, how it became the wounded healer, why it's the wounded healer, who the mother and the father is of, like, Saturn is the father of Chiron. But Chiron is also the constellation of Sagittarius.
It's a family affair.
And Chiron came out looking, Kronos is the father, but Kronos was a stallion when he did what he did to the mother of Chiron. I don't want to put any words out there that could keep us from being able to upload this, but Chiron's father was Kronos, which is also Saturn.
Okay.
And he was hiding. He was looking for somebody.
Keep talking.
He fell in love.
Keep talking. I'm grab my other book.
He fell in love with the sea goddess. She was a nymph, I want to say. She was like that what is it called? It's like the.
Is it a siren?
No. It's not a siren. It's a. Let me go. I don't like really going back in the books, but she was. Yeah, she was a nymph. She was a sea nymph. And he was a centaur. So he came down as like a centaur. And so when she gave birth to a centaur. But instead of him having half of his body was not like the rest of the centaurs. His front legs were human and the back of him was the horse. And most centaurs are, the bottom half of them are horse and the top half of them is human. So he was wounded twice. He was born into, basically he would have been born into a situation where he would have had a Capricorn moon.
I want this book, sis. I like stuff like this.
And so yeah, in our situation, he would have been born into a situation where he would have had a Capricorn moon. Neither one of his parents wanted him, so he was discarded, and he was a victim. His mother was a victim of a tragedy. Let's put it like that. But it seems like all the Greek gods are doing these tragedies to earthly women, or
it's a repeated thing in some of these.
Well, she wasn't earthly; she was a sea nymph, but. Same thing happened to Medusa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So he was disregarded and raised by somebody else, and then he was again hurt again, which.
Speaking, this is a Medusa book I just got. You mentioned Medusa. It's very, I would say, very fictional. Kind of storytelling, but it's a book that I'm gonna pry open and I'm gonna read, but I thought I'd share that. You brought up Medusa, and I was like, hey, every book you bring it up, I'm like, well, shit, let me show the book that, okay, we in alignment. Go ahead. So
yeah, I've seen that book, but I want to read the actual Greek, because when it comes down to it, each planet has a few gods in different pantheons. You got your Greeks, you got your Babylonians, you got your Indians, and so I want to read about each one of those in their forms or whatever. But yeah, the same thing kind of happened to Medusa, and so then there was Chiron, and I'm not going to tell you all what happened, but he was wounded twice, and then took his place in the stars as Sagittarius, the constellation of Sagittarius. But the way the book is written, it says when Chiron is in Saturn, but I don't know how Chiron can be in Saturn unless Saturn is in the same house with Chiron, or it's in a Saturn ruled house. So I'm gonna take it that way.
Okay. Hey, you have your, what they call scientists say, you have your hypothesis, or however you say, you have your thesis or whatnot, you just, testing it out. There you go. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. You just testing it out. That's all. There you go. Yeah. Be an astrologer if you wouldn't. So,
I mean, hey, so Chiron is the wounded healer. And then now in
Cancer.
There's the only way, basically, from what I understand, is the only way that you bypass the wounded healer is through a couple different things, addictions. So Chiron is kind of like Saturn. It's gonna teach you, and you're gonna learn. And the only way you bypass that is by addictions.
It's basically showing you what you need to work on within self.
So it's showing you your past life wounds. It's showing your wounds in this life, your past life, and those types of things. And either you're going to heal from it or you're going to bypass it.
Makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. And when you break it down that way, that's the threshold right there where you say, okay, now where are the diamonds, jewels, and pearls in this situation? Because I can make this go either way and grow from this. But, I get it. It really depends on the perspective of the individual.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess it's one of those things where it will cause addictions if you're going to overlook it, or if you're already in an addiction and it comes around, you're just going to dive deeper into that addiction.
Yeah.
But I'm still reading. I'm still reading up on it to find out. But outside of that,
That's actually dope.
my Chiron is in Taurus. Uranus went through Taurus, and now Uranus is going into Gemini. So that means that us fixed signs can breathe, and I'm taking that. It's going into my first house, so I don't know how to take Uranus being there, but I do have a Uranus complex, so we're going to see what this looks like.
So with this, when you say air signs can breathe, does that
Fixed signs.
the what, the fixed?
Fixed signs.
Yeah, those the fixed signs, are you saying based off their sun sign, or does it really matter depending on the placement, sis, in their birth chart?
But when you talk about the fixed signs, we always talk about your soul sign, which is the sun.
Okay.
Now everybody, like, so when I'm reading this, I know a lot of people go into your first house, your ascendant, your, yes, it does have, you do have vibrational understanding with your ascendant, but it's not the soul. The soul is the sun. And your luminaries are stronger than your outer planets, than any of the outer planets. So sun and moon are going to be very strong. And I don't know why a lot of astrologers say, well, they do say sun, moon, and rising.
Yeah, they do.
But your sun and your moon are going to be the strongest. So if you're a fixed sign in your sun or your moon, then you're probably going to feel it. You're going to feel it the more than if you're rising. Your rising is going to get it, but it's going to get it from like the way you view the world, the way the world views you, and then the way your avatar is viewed. So there you go. Do you have some vibrational understanding with your rising sign? Yes, you do. It does have some vibrational pull, but is it as potent and strong as your sun or your moon? No.
Yes. Come on now, Conscious Talk sermon today. And we just talking about the luminaries right now.
Yeah, your luminaries are very strong. Your sun and your moon, those are going to be the most dynamic in your character makeup. And then your Mercury is basically your character. So your soul is going to be your soul, and then the moon is going to be your emotion, or the way you feel about things. Your Mercury is going to be your character, how you perceive things, it's going to be a mixture of that and your ascendant.
Okay. Your Mercury.
The ascendant is how the world views you and how you view the world.
And your Mercury is your communication, your intellect.
It's your thought. So different books say different things, but from what I get out of it,
They do.
It's going to be your communication, all about your communication, how you receive communication, how you decipher communication, how you break it down when somebody's talking to you. It's all going to be based off of your Mercury.
Very much so. Very much so. And I like this book too. It breaks all that down too, but it doesn't have the Chiron in there. That's the only thing. It doesn't have.
Well, this book doesn't have Mars. It's got all the other planets but Mars, and I was like, why did they leave Mars out? But I mean, I have so many.
For like the planets and the signs in general, it has Mars in here too. It has Mars opposition, Mars square, conjunction Mars. It has that in here. It tells you what each.
Well, this one doesn't.
Okay.
So this one has all of them. It has Chiron, Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, Moon, and Sun, but it doesn't have Mars. But I have so many.
Yeah, it makes sense, sis.
But my puzzle was, why did you leave Mars out?
They probably said you didn't know it. Hey, again though, sis, we're having multiple books just by reading multiple books, you end up piecing it together yourself anyway. So,
Well, the idea is for me to be able to. None of this is for anybody outside of me, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing it because when you share it, it helps you to make sense of it. But all of this is for me to just make sense of me. For a better understanding is that we come into this world and we come in on a controlled understanding. We're being programmed and conditioned by our parents.
Yeah.
Okay. And our parents are programmed and conditioned by their parents.
And so forth.
And so on and so forth. Now, if you're in an African American or any type of highly melanated cultural understanding.
Keep talking. I'm going to go to the little ladies' room. Keep talking.
Okay. Highly cultural melanated understanding where you were programmed, especially if you're American, you were programmed by other outside sources. So we come in with a lot of programming and a lot of conditioning. If you want to break away from your program and conditioning and understanding, am I making the best decisions for me at the right time, in the right place, then I have to understand me. And if you don't understand you, then you can't make the best decisions for yourself. You're going to forever use other people to help you make those decisions. So the person that I am in my life, I've had a lot of people where, you want to go to your mom and your dad and ask them, should I do this? Should I do that? But if you are of the source that's supposed to be breaking cycles and barriers and things in your family, or you're just the black sheep of the family where you're not supposed to live like any of them and look the way that they look and do the things that they do, then you have to understand that you can't always lean on other people to give you advice for your life. So to be able to make decisions in your life in a sound and understood way, you go and you find sources to help you understand you. Plus, the name of the game in this life is to understand thyself. And the stronger you are in understanding yourself, the less you have to worry about other people programming you.
Okay, so I love to journal, okay? I want to share this crown load that I received yesterday. It was like pre-meditation, okay? This is what it says. Listen up. This right now, in the age of Aquarius, is about understanding your own individualism. So that was the crown load that I received. And hearing you say that, I was like, it makes total sense. You have to understand.
Yeah, it's about authenticity.
Yes. What was that you were saying? The authenticity seal that you wanted to get? That's what it's about right now. Utilize these tools to shine a light on areas that you once thought you were afraid of, because you may think you're afraid of something, didn't realize, hold on, I was afraid of this. Oh, let me continue to read it. You never know. So if
there's a fear, conquer it.
Yeah.
Don't run from it. Don't let it stop you, because fear is growth. Mm-hmm. It's a time in your life where you should be, if it's not going to, even if it is, let me be careful about what I say, because some people take things like uber literally. Meaning like what the last time that the person in that big position told people to go drink this toxic liquid, there were people who did it. So I need to make sure that what I say is not, taking to the point where they do something drastic and then they try to come back and say, well, she said do it. Because I'm looking at them and be like, what idiot does some stupidness when you have a brain of your own to know that without a warning label, you already know that it shouldn't be done. But whatever. Okay. So fear is put into place to keep you from conquering your fullest potential.
That's true. That's definitely true.
If it's not going to end the life that you're living, and it's not going to cause any type of bodily harm or physical damage, conquer the fear.
You know,
because the only way you get to see your full potential is by climbing Mount Everest.
Leaning into it. I find when you run from it, for my own experience, it caused me more, I would say, distress more than anything. You know, why am I running from this? Why am I leaking all my energy and power into this? You know, I need to take my power back. You know, let's lean into this, because there's something there that I need to tap into. And I realized, oh, this was what I was afraid of. Oh, this ain't nothing. Okay. You know, but I can't say that for everybody. Everybody's experience is going to be different. But just...
Or you can ask yourself before you actually go into it, why am I scared of this? What about it scares me? Is it the fact that, you know, my safety and security is going to be, it won't. Because what you're going to find out is that you woke up this morning and you'll wake up tomorrow morning and this fear is going to come up. I've had to conquer mine.
We all have it.
You know, being homeless was, I had never done that. I never had to sleep in a car. You know, your sense of security, your sense of, you think the way people look at you is going to change because you're homeless.
Yeah.
I think it was more or less my sense of security. My ego was broken. But what I found is that once I did it, and I think it was harder for me because I had my children with me.
Yeah.
At that point in time,
to go through that experiences, was that the thought that you had at the time?
Wait, say that again.
I said you didn't want them to go through that experience with you. Was that the thought that you had at the time, or?
I don't think any parent wants their child to have to go through that.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you feel like a failure.
Yeah.
I did the very thing that I'd never wanted to do, you know, to my kids or anything like that. But I learned a lot from it. And I realized that we made it through. And that if it ever came...
I don't think you realize, when I first met your daughter, Nati, at the shop, you know, the way she spoke of you, her mom, you gotta meet my mom, oh my God. Like, I could tell she was really, really proud of you being...
So when you met my daughter, you were in a space of need. And knows that most of the time, because of the things that I've been through and the work that I had done prior to meeting you, she had seen me help people that were in a place of misunderstanding. And I can only help you because I'd been there.
Yeah.
You know, and I could only help other people because I'd been there. And to be able to see, like, the place that you met her at, I have been teaching those classes, and those classes was for me to help people. It didn't matter if you was a woman, a man. I didn't care what color you were or anything like that. I wanted people to know that, yes, you're struggling.
Oh yeah.
But you're only struggling, and a lot of times we struggle because we put ourselves in a headspace mentality of, I don't want to do something. But then we want results outside of what we believe we can have. Yep. And in order to be able to have results, to say, so a lot of women didn't want to work, didn't want to do some of the hard jobs, because now jobs want you to work 3 times as hard for one person money.
Yep.
Okay. You know, if minimum wage is $7 and I'm working for 3 people, why am I only making $7? Because 3 times 3 times 7 is 21, right? So why am I not making 20 something dollars? Because their logic is that, I get the logic. Their logic is you work for us so we can pay you so you can go buy and put yourself in debt. Okay. And so what I was trying to show people is that if you don't want to work, then you have to put yourself in a position where you don't have to work, but you believe that money will come to you. So I used a concept out of a class that I had taken when I was a makeup artistry class. And the lady, this was the first time I'd ever heard it. She said, we were all taught money doesn't fall out the trees. Yeah. She said it does.
paper.
And so then I took it one step further and said, money falls out the sky. And so I started teaching these people that, and then, it doesn't happen in large lump sums right away. It comes in trickles. $1 here, $2 here, right. $2,000 here. And as I started telling people that money comes out the sky, and I said, but you have to believe that the money will just come to you. And then I would get phone calls. Girl, somebody found $2,000 that was just sitting there that belonged to me, or this or that or the other. And it didn't come, don't get me wrong, it wasn't 10, 20,000 people that was saying this. 1 or 2 people here, 1 or 2 people there. And she's seen these things. And so she's seen that I was not, like, I was teaching those classes for free. I didn't feel like the knowledge that I had gotten for free through my life understanding was something that I needed to put a price on.
Yeah. You see that a lot now, though. You definitely do.
So her being homeless with me, she was the one who had been homeless with me multiple times. The second time we chose. It was easier on the pockets because I told her, I said, we could get stuck living in a hotel. And I said, and we're never going to make it out of there because it's going to eat up all our money. I said, but what we can do is we can choose to do what we've done before. Mm-hmm. But the first time it wasn't a choice. The first time it was something that had to happen. Yeah. And once I conquered it, I realized, although it was the coldest nights, I wouldn't have never wanted to do it then. It was still doable. And we still maintained.
Yes, you adjusted to your environment, sis. You knew how to make things work. I don't know if you remember when I said, my AC and all of this went out. I've gone now 2 summers without it. We've had some of the most hottest days. We had some of the most coldest days. But we're fine. We're absolutely fine. I started to look at things. Is that a luxury or is that something that I really necessarily need as a necessity? I find that it was just a luxury.
And we're taught that these luxuries are things that we need to have because the forces that be at the top look down on people who don't have these things. But we don't need them.
We really don't. Like, it feels so good to open my window and just let natural air flow through. I like to energetically cleanse my house because I do sage my house down and allowing nature to just blow in the breeze and everything. It's like just her blowing in and cleaning all of that out, getting out. Why would I want to keep my house so stuffy?
Well, there are some people who are so conditioned that at this point they do need it.
Yeah.
But when push comes to shove, and push should never have to come to shove, for the simple fact is that we complicated things in our lives. Before there were air conditioning, there was no air conditioning. Overseas, when I lived overseas, there was no air conditioning.
Never lived overseas, but I've
they have heat system, but there's no air conditioning. You open the windows, you let the breeze come in. Before the first man decided to build a house, you found a cave, you made that a home, and you went from there. And then, yes, did we decide to make some of our uncomfortable circumstances better? Yes, we did. But then, did we overdo it? We did, because now people want to hum and drum about, the price of this is going up and the price of that is going up. Well, if you don't want the price to go up, then go back to the root of the issue.
Or grow your own food,
Grow your own food. Well, the price of eggs is going up. Okay, well, if you live in the city limits, then I don't know what to tell you, because the city limits have more limiting rules than if you live outside the city limits. Outside the city limits, you can have your chickens.
Yeah.
So you can have your eggs, because chickens do like to lay a lot of eggs. So you have your eggs. Or find a nice Amish community, and like we did when we were in Tennessee, and go get eggs for dirt cheap. because they have a lot of chickens. But there are other ways, and this is the thing. We got so lazy.
There you go, sis. You said the key word right there.
Yes, we did. We got so lazy and so content with the fast, easy way, fast food. And then people wonder, well, my diabetes. Well, stop eating McDonald's. Well, McDonald's says that diabetics can eat it. Yes, they do say that diabetics can eat it, but they also market all your food as organic as long as there's only 1% of something in it that's organic. They also market they market Snickers as health food because it's got peanuts in it. So, I mean, come on, people, scratch your brain just a little bit and think for yourself.
Oh my God, I need some more water.
The rich, that 1% of the population, or 13 families, or whatever the heck you want to call it at the top, they want our money. And we keep feeding it to them instead of slowly taking it away. And if you don't pay attention, slowly these younger generations are going to walk themselves back into a situation that we've been trying to run from for hundreds of years. If they can't read and they can't decipher information, and they've got computers and smartphones and smart complexes in their faces, then they're not thinking for themselves. So if the world does turn upside down, they're not going to know how to save themselves.
There, teach them how to garden, teach them how to, pick up a book, teach them how to cook, teach them how to do a lot of things. Hell, play with them.
Teach them magic.
All of that. Let them know they are the magic.
Yes, hands in the dirt. Being able, the biggest thing is being able to think and decipher for yourself. Get the general knowledge from somebody else, and then take that knowledge and then go research it. Find out the deeper understandings. And not everybody's going to dive deep. I understand not everybody's got a moon in the 8th house. Not everybody's got all their planets stacked in the 8th house, which is the house of the house of Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto and Mars, which is the deepest parts of the basement that you can go. Okay? Not everybody's going to be stacked there. I get it.
You got to find your own way of doing it. Yeah, because you yes. Like for me, I find the fun in everything. So when I study, I have my own way of studying because I find it fun. Okay, so you just got to find your niche, really, basically. This is why it's important for you to understand your own birth chart, understand your own energetic embodiment, so you know that. You can't look on her blueprint and be like, oh, well, why don't I have that? Because that's not your blueprint, Bookie Boo. Not you. Get back over here and read your blueprint. You will find how unique and incredible you are.
We are all unique and incredible to ourselves, which once we find ourselves, we can give our contribution to the world. And the world will thank you for it. But we watch these puppets puppeteering on stage in these outfits that nobody's ever going to wear. I look at this stuff and I was like, it must have been so fun to make that. But
who's wearing that? I'm an Aquarius and I wouldn't wear that.
But when you talk about like the Met Gala, they have to tie that mess to them. Some of that stuff is too heavy. Sometimes they can't even go to the restroom. Right. You're wearing these outfits that who's going to buy that? And where they wearing it to? Because if I got to cut my clothes off of me to go to the bathroom, I would rather not wear it.
Might well if show up naked if that's the case. Or I just won't show up at all.
I create what I want to wear because one, it's cheap. It's cheap.
I love it.
And two, it looks the way I want it to look. I'm not worried about who likes it and who doesn't. If it's comfortable for me, then I'm wearing it. It's mine.
All that matters.
Made by these two hands.
All that matters. Fashion by Keisha for Keisha. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, Yes, it's not my want to be. I want to be able to feed myself. So, oh wait, hold on. Yay! Let me share.
Meanwhile,
I have been wanting to order from these people forever and a day.
what was that?
If I can get it out of here without busting open my package.
Oh, we do a quick little unpackage.
These.
Oh, onionis. Okay.
We got onions. We got rosemary. We got thyme.
When they
We got
it on the stove. Ooh.
tomatoes. We got lettuce. We got marjoram. That's just one side.
Getting ready to do some planting, huh?
Hold on. We got chocolate Trinidadian scorpion peppers.
Okay.
We got
Heard of that one.
death peppers.
The colors are very beautiful too.
I know, that's why I ordered it.
Eggplant.
Black peppers.
Oh, black. Okay.
It's called black Hungarian peppers. I got Thai basil. I love this stuff. Thai basil is so amazing. I got more basil because I love the way it smells.
That with some onions. Oh my god, I love the way when you saute them and with some.
I got more basil, sweet basil.
Ooh, makes me.
And then I got peppers. So these are. I got this from. And no, we're not being. What is it? They don't send us no money. There's no contributions.
No, we're not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored. We're just two black girls sitting up here giving you the skinny on how we want to live and how things could be made just a little bit easier in your life. But this is Baker's Creek heirloom seeds.
Baker's Creek. Since you're gonna have to see a picture of that, it's not.
So okay, I'll post it on my Facebook page and you can grab it because I got my first catalog from them and it was free, and that catalog was huge when I was in Texas, and I was so excited. And I was like, one day I'm gonna order from them, and I ordered from them, and I'm gonna order some more after I put some of these. But see, the thing is the stuff that I got, it needs to be hot. I ordered like I was in Texas still.
You had a lot of peppers there too, sis.
Yes. Yeah. And it needs to be about 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So we had a freeze warning.
They have flowers too, because I want to plant some flowers.
They have flowers. I'm not a flower person.
So my thing is, my grandmother is already on the other side. She's one of my ancestors that, I frequent all the time, of course. I'm very close to her. She loved roses. So I want to dedicate some roses to my granny. Plant some roses for her. And also, I got to look into it, but flowers that attract butterflies, because I love butterflies, as well as my aunt too, that's also on the other side. This is my way of honoring my ancestors. So that's why I brought up the flowers, because I'm interested in doing that too as well. Just seeing what kind of flowers that they have, because I want to see some.
Now, once I get my stable place, then I'll do flowers, but that'll be towards the back of the property where I want my beehives.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, sweet honey from the bees. Oh.
Yeah. I'm scared to death of bees, but I want better. Look, I'm so contradictory. I'm so scared of bees, but I do want beehives. But I mean, I feel like since the planetary actions have taken place, and to go back to where we came from, where we were talking about tarot and stuff, a lot of my magic understanding has come back. So I'm dabbling back into some of my forms of magic that I was dabbling into before.
It's beautiful.
Along with the planetary understandings. And so I have a grimoire coming in so that I can start building a grimoire. And it was just because I was inspired by a YouTuber called Rambling Mike.
I've heard of him.
And he does tarot.
Okay.
And I started watching his tarot courses because that's where I found that book that I showed you.
You shared his video with me one time?
No.
Okay.
No, the guy I showed you was I don't remember his YouTube page. I know he's a Gemini rising, but he's an Aquarius.
Okay.
And he does the astrological stuff before. But Rambling Mike, I like the way he reads his tarot, the stories, and the way he reads his tarot. So I kind of started watching.
Be deep into the stuff right there. When they do stuff like that, that piece just so intriguing and interesting.
Yeah. So well, what he did is I seen his journal on tarot, and it inspired me. I've never seen a journal that was so creative and captivating. And so he inspired me. And I was like, since I dabble in so many different things, let's start with the grimoire. And handwriting is something very distinct for me. I love beautiful calligraphy. I have my own letters that I've designed myself. So I was like, let's go ahead and let's go into this and let's do this for one of your things and see if you can leave something behind for somebody else and add to it, because his journal was like this thick. And
right there, you know I love journals. Okay, I got shit of them.
It was. He said if he'd have known it was going to get that big, he would have did something spiral. But it was inspiring that he didn't use a spiral binder, a spiral bound, because I have a lot of writings, so I really don't call them journals. But
what's his placements? Do you know his placements or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Only thing I know is that he reads tarot, and I watch him a lot.
Okay.
And he just said if he'd known it was going to get so big, he would have, but it looks like a book that doesn't have a bind to it anymore. It's rounded. And just the way he took notes, the way he cuts out parts of books and puts it in there. So he basically created his own book. And I loved it.
Magic book. His own magic book.
And it's all for tarot. And I loved it.
I love that you said this, sis, because this is you just over here confirming stuff. So I have books for each thing that I'm dabbling in. I'm calling them journals right now. I do have some creative ideas later on, but I don't want to share that just yet. But the reason why I asked about his placements, because I was like, I'm kind of like, we kind of have some similarities here, but man, I don't have no tarot one now. I'm gonna tell you that.
He seems like he's, if I was to take a guess, because that's always hard, he seems airy.
And
so I would give him Gemini placements, because he has that type of feel.
Okay.
Yeah, the twins, the lovers, because he said the lovers was his favorite card of the zodiac. But when you listen to him or you see him, he does seem like he's very jovial.
Okay.
So I would give him that, but
yeah.
I could be off, because you never can tell, because his Mercury could be in an airy place, and I don't really know him. I just watch his work.
Yeah.
But look, people, we're here telling you that if things aren't moving the way you want them to move in your life, start researching yourself.
Basically,
your biggest project on this earth is you.
And you know what, y'all? I made me a book. Okay, I'm gonna show you one of my books. Now, I included my offspring because she's my child. Okay, but this book here, I'm gonna change the cover eventually. I'm gonna let the masterpiece. But this book basically is my birth chart breakdown. I have my birth chart in here. This is where I'm breaking down, understanding each, aspect. I ain't doing this all in one night. I just want to make that verbatimly clear. Not doing this all in one night. It's just as the planetary movements, I'll have like something ding here and be like, hey, go pull your birth chart. I want you to go look at this aspect real quick. Okay, let's look at this aspect. Now I'm looking at this aspect, and from there I'm sitting back and I'm observing how do I embody this aspect, resonating, or if I resonate with it. When 9 times out of 10 I do, I'm basically looking at the embodiment of it. If I feel like I'm unstable, what made this energy center unstable, and how do I stabilize my own energy center based off of looking at my own birth chart. So that's one of the projects that I'm working on. But get you a book like that. Start from there. Start understanding your sun signs. Start understanding, like Sis said, your moon sign. Later on, understand your aspects and understand how they work together, how they flow together. So
yeah, don't get me wrong. You can go as deep as you want to, because each house has a different depth.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because the deeper I get, none of us, we're the same because we're humans living in this bubble. But even our houses, like I said, there are some people whose first house is going to be masculine and some people's first house is going to be feminine. It just all depends on where everything lies. It honestly, come on. If the biggest project is to know thyself, then go out, because we've all been programmed. We all have some programming and conditioning. This has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's been going on since the Crusades. It's been going on since the reproduction of the Bible. It's been going on since as long as that. Let's put it like that, and understanding that we've all been programmed to do something in one way. So all of us have been put in one box, but we don't all fit there.
And I don't want to fit there. Okay.
We don't all fit there. And some of us really don't fit there at all. Like I was telling you, Uranus is transformation, but Uranus is also doing things differently from everybody else. I definitely have a Uranus complex. Uranus is very strong in my birth chart. And when you have that, Uranus is the planet of rebellion. So we're not all meant to fit in that box. But some of us were, and that's okay. Be okay with who you are. If you're supposed to be in that box and you're supposed to, like, you have strong Saturn placements. Saturn is structure. Saturn is time. Saturn is Chronos. Saturn is stern. Saturn
your own is what I want to say. Make it your own, basically.
I mean, it is. It's going to be your own for the simple fact is that your Saturn placements might be in a house that somebody else's isn't. And that means they're going to be strict in understanding in that placement where you might be strict and understood in some other placement. I have a Saturn complex, so I do have a strong Saturn understanding. The Saturn in my Saturn is Saturn where it needs to be. And for other people, Saturn is where it needs to be. And so you have to understand that we're going to be strict and stern in what we believe where our Saturn is sitting in our birth charts. Okay. And then you have your other planets. And it's okay for you to be you. Just know who you are. But don't push you on somebody else because their planetary structures aren't the same as yours. You'll find somebody whose Saturn is in the same house as yours, and you all can drive and talk and this and that and other. Mm-hmm. And you'll see eye to eye in certain areas. Mm-hmm. But then you're going to find out where your planets moved and their planets were somewhere else, and you don't see eye to eye in those placements. Yeah. And don't try to make them feel like they're wrong or bad because of that. Like I said, I like that for you.
Oh yeah,
it's not for me.
All of that, and it's all about individualism. And if it's something that you need guidance with, hey, we don't mind helping y'all. We don't mind having a chit chat. We here for that. I'm definitely open to sharing how how you embody that, and let's do some yoga together. Let's do that together and relax the mind, relax the body. Let's get all this together.
Pose. She's doing yoga.
So I'm doing yoga as well as I actually have like my own little fitness, because you know I can't just be spiritually strong. I gotta be physically strong. I'm this close. I'm gonna say this close to doing me like a little handstand without my little stool over here for my crown chakra. But you know, that's stuff that I've been working on. Flexibility is something I'm very, very big on. And so I'm to the point where I'm ready to start sharing and teaching how to be more flexible, you know.
Not me. I am. Don't get me wrong. I got a pole. I love it. I do my workouts. I do like to eat. And I like to eat a lot of different things. I like to roller skate. I like the fun stuff. I don't like stuff that is monotonous. So that's where you can see we like to differ. Me, I want to swing on a pole.
But that's the thing though, sis. That's the thing. I don't share everything. So I'm not saying that's not something I wouldn't do. That's definitely something that I would do, but that's not a priority. My art, my flexibility, you know, getting into my understanding of astrology and the embodiment as far as energetically working with the chakra system. I'm on my journey right now of guidance in that sense, in that moment.
I hope so. I hope we're all on our journeys, because if we weren't, we wouldn't be here.
Yep.
I mean, you share a little bit more than I do. I give a glimpse, like I said.
Not as much, because I didn't share that I wanted to get on the pole, sis. I didn't share that.
No, but you said you like yoga. So you like yoga and you make that a priority for you. And yeah. I like pole climbing. Yeah. I mean, upper body strength is something that I like to do. Yoga is something you like to do.
It's all
yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not stripping. I use the pole as something.
It's actually exercise. You know, pole dancing is the exercise. Dance is,
and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. So
you're moving your
mostly I share the stuff that I like to read.
Yeah.
You get to see a little bit of what I create in my life crochet wise, but everything else, I think that's where my Saturn placements are strict. There's a lot of things that, you know, the only thing I do share is what I'm reading or what I've learned. Everything else in my life is pretty much mine.
Basically.
Yeah. You say yoga and I say I like the poles. Yeah, I like to lift weight.
One thing. That's it, y'all.
Yeah.
It's only one thing. It's many others.
I'm sure. I would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope that a person's life is full of different things that bring them joy and light versus, you know, if we got up here and told everybody everything we did.
Yeah. There's no mystery to it. There's no, you know, not necessarily mystery, but, you know, you're entitled to your own privacy, your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Go out and define you from head to toe. Define you. Find definition in yourself.
Okay.
If you like to do whatever it is you like to do, as long as it's not harming anybody else. I won't say if you're harming yourself, then that's between you and you. You'll have to figure out why you're doing that.
Yeah.
But as long as it's something that brings you joy to your life, then go do it. And if you don't know if it's going to bring you joy to your life and you think it might, go try it. You can't say that you don't like something if you don't try it.
There you go.
And I've tried a lot of things in my life. And some they stick and some they don't. And there's a season for some and then they go away and they come back. So be okay with that. Yeah, be okay with that.
Shade of that. And speaking of books, besides astrology, I do take time to step outside of the the planets a bit, and I do read books on the side. I want to share this book. It's called Signs: The Secret Language of the Universe by Laura Ann Jackson. This is actually a good book also. It helps you understand how to communicate with your universe, as well as understand the signs and symbols of the universe or any loved ones on the other side, how they can communicate with you through the signs and the symbols and the languages of the universe. So she's sharing different stories of people who had loved ones that cross, and they shared their stories of, oh, send me this sign or send me this symbol, and they're able to do that through those signs and symbols with their loved ones, be able to believe that life continues to go on even after you shed this physical vessel. So that's what I like about this book, and I thought I would share this book, recommend this book if you want to give it a good read, if you are open to some books. So that's one right there.
So there you go. Definition of self. Find out who you are. Find out why you do the things you do. If it's relationships, why do you pick the same person? Don't point the finger at the other person. Remember, if you point your finger, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. So you're only still discriminating against yourself instead of the other person.
You, I love it. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Find out who you are.
Yes.
And then if you don't like something about yourself, figure out how to change it. Or you come back to our channel and we can tell you how we changed some things in our lives and how we made things differently. Fear. If there's fear in your life, conquer it. Don't run from it. If it's leaving the person you shouldn't be with, leave them. You'll survive. Or work it out. But that takes communication and understanding. And if you don't understand yourself, you can't understand where they're coming from. And if they don't understand themselves, they can't understand where you're coming from. So maybe you don't have to break, but maybe there should be a split. But the only thing you can do is define yourself in this life. You can't define your child, and they definitely can't define you. But they can help you find different parts of yourself just as well as you can help them find different parts of themselves. But remember, we're always changing. We're 70% water. So we're always changing. Take a little bit of time and be graceful and understanding and define self. And that's how you change the man in the mirror.
Ashe, come on, Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Love the wigs. And like I said in the beginning, it's all about understanding or understanding your own individualism. Until then, family, find your life, fix your crown, family. Peace.
We were disco